And start recording on. So yesterday we talked about tables and applications, right? I'll go one more time to table section.
Okay.
So if you select any table that you have created, we just saw this, right? But we didn't see this column names field. So when you select any table, for example, in this change task, all the fields associated to this table will be displayed here, right? And
Correct.
you can select each of these tables individually to see the attributes that you process, right? So these are the
Correct.
attributes. So this is just like the database, DDL statement that to create a database on a table, and you associate some properties, some data type, length, etc., etc. If you associate some relationship to those columns, uh, some you associate some keys like primary key, etc. So all those information will be stored here, and you can see all those information here, right? Plus, there could be related tables. For example, some of the tables, when we create tables, there is one field available into the create table section as extents table.
Okay.
So this is like super superclass and subclass concept, right? Where you can extend some of the attributes of an existing table, right? And you can relate them. So remember we talked about having a relationship between incident table and change table. So this goes on the same line. For example, if you create a change request will eventually lead into a task created for the change request, right? So the
Correct.
task table will be associated to change table somehow. Right? So this is kind of association that you show here while you create tables. Okay.
So
So
what are those, if you select one table, there
uh,
are columns and sorry, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
You can take like one sample table like license entitlement. Okay.
Yeah, so the whole table is being related here with the new table that we are going to create. Now, let me do this. So, uh, let me show you. Now, see this. Um, this table, change request. These are the These are the base columns that this table has, like active, activity due, additional assign less, etc. Right? The tables. No, Srinivas, this is the right meeting.
Thank you. I actually joined using another link and I was waiting actually.
Okay. Oh,
Probably the wrong link. Thank you.
yeah.
So, what is assigned to? I mean, there is a different symbol, and what is that?
Yeah, this is the table that I'm talking about. Assigned to is a different table which has its own columns and listings. Columns with column listings. See here. Right? So
Oh,
this assigned to is a different table which is associated to this change request table, right? And the columns from the assigned to table will be displayed here in the change request table as well.
okay, okay. So this is more of a object-oriented concept. They are
Absolutely,
implemented in C.
absolutely, absolutely. They have done that, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
this is
Yeah.
assignment table. This is assignment group table. This is business service table. This is this is some table. I'll have to see what table is. Uh, this is some other table closed by. This is company table that we are referencing. Again, this is configuration item table, CMDBCI. Okay, you can use this one. You can see change request.cmdbci. So this is the table name. So for closed by, the table name would be closed by change request of closed by. So something like that, right? So you have associated different tables to the table that you are creating. So now when you access the table, you can also access the columns from the inherited table. So that's the concept. It's exactly the object-oriented concept implemented here. Okay.
Okay, understood.
Now, if you want to, once you have created the table, and if you want to edit the table, can you do that? Yes, you can. See here, this is edit table option available. You can edit table to see the structure of the table. You can add columns to the table, right? You can change the data type, uh, max length, default value, whatever you have here, you can play with it, you can change it. Use this list button to see all the attributes available, right? Pick what you need to change and then update it. You can change it. Okay? One thing that you have to take care is when you land on this page, a message will be displayed here on the top of the page that will ask for you that will ask for selecting the right application, right? If you do not select the right application, the update that you are going to do, you may not be allowed to do that, right? So there will be a link like this. There will be a link that will take you to change the application settings page, and you can change the application, right? For example, this is a global application right now, so I can change this table structure here because this table is associated with a global application. But if I was into some other application, for example, some test application or some other application, like guest application, and I am on the same page, right? It will ask me this record is in the global application, but guest application is the current application. To edit this record, click here. Make sense? So
Okay,
it will not allow you to do that unless you select the proper application for editing. So that's something that you should keep in mind. Okay?
okay.
Yeah,
Is global application is the default application, or it's more of a master application that has all these modules under them?
yeah, I'll say that's master application. So that's by default. By default. That's the master application. Most of the stuff will be contained in the global application, right? If you do not create any application, you just start using the ServiceNow environment, and all that is going into will be going into global application. Everything that you do will be
Okay,
going into global application. Default and master.
default. Okay,
Now, if you want to, you do some changes here, you add new column, you edit the existing columns, and then you update it here using this update button. Okay? Likewise, if you want to truncate the table, delete all records. It will delete all records available in this table, right? It will not delete the structure, it will just make the records and it will delete it. Right? Now, there are things like when you insert record into the table and you want to implement auto number. Auto number, you understand? Auto numbers in the table that will automatically be prefixed. So if you have some key field and you want auto number sequence to be applied there, you can do it here. For example, I have done the auto number for this table is CHD, which signifies that it will start with CHD and it will show that the request number that is being generated, the auto number is changed. So I have put some meaningful information here, which is CHD, and the pattern that I have is number is 30,000 and number of digits applicable to it is 7, right? So by default, when we create request to this table, the request number generated for this table will be something like CHD, then 00001. Is it 7? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like this. Something like this, right? So this is how you will define the auto numbering sequence for uh, your 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 records in the table. Now we'll come back to application access later. These are the related links, and you know what related links are, right? These related links. No, I don't think you know that. We have reserved that thing for later sessions. So we'll see that what related links are. Let's go back. I'll leave it as is right now. I'll go back to tables and columns. Now we've done create table, create application. We need to do browse application. You can hit browse application to go to the available applications in the system. Right. Right now I have 4 applications, custom applications that I have created here. Right. And we can use these applications. You can see how these applications have been created by hitting this and see the application properties, all the table association, the menu items that we have created, etc. We'll do that later. Now see, this is schema map. So schema you would understand, right? It's kind of the relationship, etc. that you build while you creating table. So this is the same kind here. Schema. It will show you how your table is related to other tables. So it will give you all the relationships that you can imagine. For example, let's see this AIX server table, which is this is the display name, and the name of the table is CMDB underscore CI underscore AX underscore server. This is related to these many tables in this way. You can expand this. You can derive the relationship here. See the columns. And one of these columns will be referred to other columns. For example, logical partition host is associated to this table location, right? This table X server is also associated to Unix server, cost center, etc. And you have all the relationships established here, right?
Okay. Okay. So for every asset type, they have a base table and then they extend it for every single vendor product.
Yeah, yeah. For example, if you go to database, you will see all the options available here. Database server, all DB2 MySQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, and then database instances. You will have all these catalogs. These, if you go back to server, you will see all Linux, Windows, Unix. When you go to Linux server, you will see record of all Linux servers available. Go to Windows, see a record of all Windows servers available here. For example, if you have 10,000 servers, physical servers, and or maybe if you have 2,000 physical servers and 10,000 virtual servers, let's say X number of these are Linux, X number of these, Y number of these are Solaris, and the rest of them are Windows. All of those data will come into right tables available here. Right? You will have that CMDB created here, uh, and this will be this CMDB will be your centralized data point where you have centralized database where you have all the information about all of your assets associated with your enterprise. Right. So the idea is to have a centralized repository for a single system of record for all all transactions that you do and all assets that you have. Right? So that's CMDB, single system of information and data. That's CMDB.
Okay. So in this case, let's say if I go to server table,
Mm-hmm.
which is used by Linux, Windows, Unix, CSI, and I add a new column called flashcard,
Mm-hmm.
it will be available to all the, other tables that inherit the server, correct?
I mean, you want to have this table here, flashcard, right? Somewhere near Solaris.
No, no. Let's open the server table. For example, let's open the server table. I think you were at server table and the table. I think you just need to do tables. Yeah. Server table there.
Yeah. What's the question?
So can we add a new attribute like add a column to this table called flashcard or anything? Edit table, yeah.
Of course, you can do that. Do edit table, hit new column, and you add your column here. You pick the type. Let's say, looks like your case is it's a text field, right? So make it a string, flashcard. What do you? Yeah. So you flashcard is a column name. Max length, let's say 50. Do you want to make it read only? Mandatory display? You can do it here. Mandatory means you will not allow null, etc. Right? So add these values and then submit, and this column will be added to the server.
Okay.
Okay.
And will this column be available to like
Yeah.
AIX server, which
You can access this column. You can access this column.
Okay. That's very powerful.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Okay. So there's a table for every hardware you can database in the system. They're pretty much given, and then you can customize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may like to use these tables, or you may not.
And these all servers and everything comes pre-built, or you have to kind of create
Most of these
tables manually?
are pre-built. Right. So you can use this system as is, but it
Hey
depends.
Rahul, your voice is breaking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Mm. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry about that. where were
I
you?
think I understood that table concept where it's a table and then you have a flashcard. And I think you explained that it's going to be available. So that's where we were.
Okay. Now there, Universe is having problems.
And maybe give him.
Okay. With table, it has index creator as well, which you
I
will.
can't screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't share my screen. Can you now? Can you see now?
Yes,
Okay.
I can see now.
Okay. See this index creator. This index creator will be used uh, to create indexes on the table, obviously for performance improvement, etc. Right? So, can you hear me? Uh, Looks like there's some problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So, use this create index to create indexes on the tables. You select the tables and then you create index on the table that you have selected above. Right? So, that's for index creation. Now, now we could need to go. That's all pretty much about tables. There is one more view which is this tables only. Will show all the tables available in a different view, right? A list view where all the tables are listed here. You can do search and find out the values, values on different columns, etc. So either use tables and columns or use tables. Now let's move to applications. We talked about applications yesterday. So all you see in the left pane, navigation pane, are the applications that you created, applications, modules, and then the menu items, etc. you have created here. Now what I have done is I have created some applications for you here already, and I'll go by a few of them to show how I have created these applications. Okay. I think most of the
Okay.
features that I want to demonstrate is available in this PC order application, so I'll use this one to demonstrate what I need to, right? So this is an application. So let's assume that you need to create an application that will be used to track all the requests for hardware and software, or maybe all PC requests, right, within your organization. There's a similar kind of application that is a hypothetical application that is being used to order PCs or laptops or peripherals within your enterprise. So, see here, there is a logo, my company logo here, which we have inserted when we create this application. And the application name is PC order, the version number is version 1. There is a short description to the application here. Sorry. And then last update date. Okay. Then you have this edit button here. When you hit this edit button, it will open a studio window that will allow you to edit the application. right? I'm not sure what instance you are using. Is it a Fuji release or is it a Geneva release? Because this studio feature that you are seeing right now comes with Geneva release only. It was not available in Fuji. So if I go back to my other instance, um, the first one, which has the Fuji instance, and I search for application, I will not see that studio feature available there. I have the edit button, which is good, but when I click on edit, I'll not see the studio window that I have in the Geneva release. Get it? So this is how it.
Okay, so I think
Yeah, go ahead.
so. I mean, you activated the plugin for the application or something, or it's just the
No,
different release of.
no, I asked them to upgrade my release to Geneva release, the latest one. So for training purpose, I have two instances. One is the latest one, which is this instance number 2 for me, and the other one is Fuji release. So I can easily demonstrate the differences that I see between the two versions. Right? If you want to
Oh,
upgrade it, you have to go to the developer portal and then you have to request to upgrade this instance, right? And they'll do it. It's approximately um, half an hour to 45 minutes activity that they do. So you have to request it and then they'll do it.
okay, okay.
You'll find that option there in developer portal. No worries. Now let's go into the PC order application and order some PCs. So see, these are the basic properties. Name, PC order, version is 1.0. I have marked it active. Application scope that came by default, I left it as is, which is PC order. Menu item, I kept order PC laptop. You can see here. If I do order PC laptop, this application will appear here. Order PC laptop. Right? So just like you have change application or service catalog application or inventory or problem or incident application, you will have this order PC laptop application displayed here. Right? Now you will associate a certain role to this application for sure. Right? Maybe existing role or a new role that you create. The one that I am using is this one. Right? And there is a short description to this role. And then I associated this logo to this application, which we were seeing on the application landing page. This one. Okay. So this is the basic information for the application, but let's move to other areas. I'll come back to related link. Let's see the tables. There are two tables associated to this application. One is PC order, another one is view orders. Okay. So PC order here takes all the orders, and view order is supposed to be having the reporting of the orders already kicked in, right? So the number of orders that you kicked in and you want to pull out a report, you may use this view order. So this is just another scenario that I have created. Role, the role is PC order that we have associated. If you want to associate more roles, you can do that. Application menu, this application menu, order PC and laptop has been created here and I have it here. Order PC laptop. And these are the application files. We talked about update sets, the XML files. Just a quick sound check. Can you hear me? I'm not sure because something went silent.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the update set files, all the files which contains all the information about this application somewhere, right? So these will, as an going forward, when you start working on the application and you create or update the application, new files will be, new items will be added to here, and you will see the differences. So that's about files. Dependencies, I have not added any dependency here. Update set, the cumulative file that we talked about. So the update set here is default update set, and the status of it is in progress. Right now, let's talk about this related link. I think it makes sense to talk about related links now. Very simple. Related links will be some sort of action that you can perform on the current form, right? And only relevant related link will appear on your form, right? There are a lot of related links created into the
You
system,
can
but
talk
not.
to Ruby. I don't have time for you. You can just talk to Ruby. I don't have time for you, seriously. You can talk to Ruby. I've sent an email. No, but why are you talking to me? What did I do? You were saying nonsense and all. ఏంటి పేమెంట్స్ ఎప్పుడు పంపిస్తారు మీరు? ఎంతసేపు అని వెయిట్ చేయాలి? అరే నేను నవంబర్ డిసెంబర్ ఇన్ని పంపించాము. అది పంపిస్తే ఇప్పుడు దాకా.
Srini, I think you need to mute your phone.
Yeah.
నేనున్నాను, వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
Now the related links will be some sort of action that you can perform on the current form that you are onto, right? So, and these are relevant actions, and these are controlled by you, right? You can control these. These are actions that you create and you want to display on the form that you have created. So those are called related links, right? For example, on this form, it makes sense to have publish to update set related link here, right? When I do this, all the changes I have done for this application will be published to the update set, and then I can take that update set, move from this environment to another environment, and then promote the code for this application to the new environment, right? So that's kind of related link that we have here for this application, right? Then
So publish to update set. I did not follow that. When you publish.
yeah. So see here, this application is being recorded into default update set, right? Now, this update set will have a life cycle: in progress, complete, and ignored, right? Now, update sets will be marked complete when you are done with all changes and you mark it complete, and this update set, after marking completion, can be used to move from one environment to another environment. Now, if you do publish to update set, the changes that you have done will be recorded into one file, right? And then you can take that file from one environment to another file, right? If you try to download this file right now, this one, this doesn't make sense and it will not allow you to download. think download is allowed from the update set window. Update set. Still breaking? Is it still breaking part?
No, I think I can hear fine, but I think I missed what you explained about the updated set. So you were at the life cycle, you can.
Don't worry about that. I'll come back to update set. I'll talk about update set in detail. Right? So we can ignore that for now.
Okay, sure.
Now, I think we have done pretty much we wanted to do here on PC order application. I'll go to this application and see what we can do using this PC order application. See, when you hit on this, you will get the list of all the records created for PC order. Right? Let's see how many fields we have, columns we have in PC order. So, in this PC order application and the table that I have created, I have kept number, approval by, comments, date of order, order what, require approval, username, created by, tags, updated by, and updates. So these are the columns that I have kept in this table. Now, since this is an application, we can create new request, new order request, right? So let's create one new order request here. And so this is going to be a PC order request that you, me, or any of your subordinates or any of your team members will place a request for PC order, PC, laptop, or any peripheral. Now, do you notice that the moment I open this form, the number field is automatically populated here, right? And this number field is prefixed with my PC, my PCO, followed by some sort of number, right? So this is the auto numbering that I have done. What was that?
So this is a prefixing. That's like same way you change order.
Right.
You can just sequentially increase.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And that we define when we create the table, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there is this number maintenance as well available in system definition that you can use to change prefix for the table. For example, this one, the table name is, I do a light search, PC, right? So this is PC order table, and the prefix that I have applied here is my PCO. I change it to PC underscore order, right, number 1000, number of digits 7. Now I'll go back to order PC and I'll hit new and see the pattern has changed, right?
Oh.
So remember, this is a different way of doing the same thing. If you just want to change the number, pattern, the prefixes, etc., use this number maintenance to do that. Okay. Now you have to closely watch this screen because there are too many things done here. So number field, this is order number field. Number gets populated automatically here. right? Username. See, this is a lookup field here, right? With the hourglass here, when you hit this, it will look up into a table, which is user table, in fact. So it is looking up for all the values from the user table. So you have somehow related the PC order table to user table as well, right? You are referencing data from the user table here, right? And for that, you are using this data type as lookup table, lookup field. So this is the data type, right? So you do not have to do some sort of query or a store procedure like select all users, select username from the user table, and then you have to pull all the data and then dump into the memory, and then you have to select basis some of the criteria that you build in, right? All you need to do is you need to reference a lookup table here, and you need to put some criteria if you want to, and then you get the data, you get the usernames here as you want it. Isn't it cool?
Yep. So
So
I mean, if there is an Active Directory integration, then it should pull all the Active Directory users, right?
yeah, that's a separate thing because the Active Directory integration that you do is done on the user table, right? So the script that ports data from the Active Directory into the user table is a separate script, and that will be doing its job, right? Now your job on this form is to pull data from the user table. So whatever comes into the user table, you will pull that information and show on this form, right?
Okay. Okay.
How data
Understood.
is ported from Active Directory to the user table is a different stuff. That's import set and all, right? So that's a scheduled job that you have in place that ports data from one environment to your user table, and that's done. Okay.
Okay.
Now the other field is created. This is the date field. It is not open. Why? Open up.
You got hung again.
I don't know why it is not opening. Anyway, this is a date time field. I'll show how we'll do that. This is a created by. This is a free text field that I have kept here. This again is date field, date of order, and this is the order what. Order what is a list field. See here, right? This is a different kind of component, right? That you are using here. So a lookup field with a list box. So you select fields from the, you select values from the lookup field like laptop, and then you lock it. Meaning you selected one record and you locked it. You may not like to lock it as well, but this is what you can do. So you have defined a source for the data, and then pick out the data. That's done. Then there is another checkbox field here, which is require approval. Tick tick, and see what is happening on ticking it. When I tick it, approval by field becomes mandatory. When I untick it, this is not mandatory. Okay? See that? So this is something that has been done by scripting. I made it mandatory. Now approval by is again a lookup field, looking up to user table to pull out values. Right? Then comments is a free text, updated by is a free text, and update is a date field. Let me see why it is not picking up. Refresh it and then try again. Yeah, it's now picking up. So this is the date field. Right? You can pick date, and so this is a date time field, and this is a date field, just a date field. Right? So I have chosen different controls to show you how you can use that on your forms. Right? Now before we submit this record, I'll go back to the application and show how we are able to do that. Application, your, go to the table because that's the relevant section where these information will be stored. I'll hit on PC order. This is the table label, PC order. The name of the table is X254489, PC order. Add module to the menu, order PC or laptop. These are non-editable fields, the masked ones, right? See the application. The application is not global here. It is PC order, right? Because you have changed that. You have created a new application. You have marked it as PC order. So it's different. Now, the columns that you have inserted into the tables are these, the one that we showed on the form, right? Now also, see the data type column, the type column here. It's all. So this is how we define the nature of the component that we display on the form. Approval by better. Thank you.
Yeah, now a little bit.
Okay. So see, these are different types of data that we have associated and that will be displayed on the form as we saw on the form, right? Approval by the reference field, reference to the user table, right? So this is how it happens. If you need to add a user field, the table column. If you need to add one more column, hit new. When you hit new, you'll get this form. Now you have to define the type of the data. Hit on this R class and all the available data types will appear here. You pick what is the data type that you want for the column that you are going to insert. For example, if you want to do a reference field, choose reference. And then you have to tell the system what is the reference table. So you have to pick the reference table, whatever you want to pick. If you change, so see, this section will go away if it is not a reference field. So if I make it a true false, the section went away, right? So this way, in order to add columns to the table, you will have to do a new record on the column section, add the column, associate the appropriate data type, save it, and then the column will appear on the form. That field will appear on the form, right? So that's how you do that. And to the auto number sequencing that we did, see, this is the number field. It was a string type field. And there is a default value that I have associated. So for that, I used a script here. Let me copy this script. It's a very simple script that I have used. This is a JavaScript code, and we are using global.getNextObjectNumberPadded, right? So this is a sequence that we have built for this number field, right? So from the global object, we are using this getNextObjectNumberPadded, and then whenever we launch a form, and we create a new record, the number field will be automatically populated with the next available number. Okay? So this is how it works. Now, you know that?
Okay, I think your voice is still coming and going, but I understood. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you properly.
Yeah, so Rahul, so that get next object number padded, it's the standard function I think you're calling,
Yeah.
right? So global is the application, and then
See, this is one of the business rules. I just search on this, get next object number padded, and I get this, right? And this is on the global table, in the global application. Let's go into it.
oh,
This is a business rule. Business rule, what it is, we'll be talking about it later, business rule. But this is how it is. There is some sort of function as get next object number padded associated to it. And this is doing the job. This is incrementing. This is the sequence actually. Right? It is
okay.
assigning on the insert.
Okay.
Okay? So this is where you will need your JavaScript experience to understand and understand how to script. Okay? We'll talk about business rules later. Can you hear me? Okay.
Rahul, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, so it seems this technical difficulty keeps coming up. You like few lines come fine, followed by noise. Maybe there might be some internet issue on your side.
Looks like, yeah. Looks like. Anyways, I think we have covered a lot today. So we can drop the call for today and then we can reconnect tomorrow. And yeah.
Yeah, I think I understood the JavaScript concept. I'll probably read up on the business rules.
We'll talk about it later. So you don't, if you want to, you can do that, but it's not required right now. So let's
Oh, okay, so that will
do,
be covered later on.
yeah. I'm trying to, I trying to do things in a sequence, which I think makes more sense, right? So, and changing order of things in the runtime. So, like Srinivas said on the other day that sequence, are we going to do that in sequence? We are not doing that in sequence as per the curriculum that we share to you.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right.
All right then. Thank you for your
Okay.
time.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock sharp. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Good
you.
night. Bye bye.
Have a good night.